Hey guys, it's Chris Lopez from KettlebellWorkouts.com, and I've got a 4-exercise kettlebell abdominal finisher for you this Friday. I'll take you through all the exercises in sequence on how I want you to do them, and make sure you give it a shot either today or sometime this weekend or sometime in the future, and let me know how it goes, because this is one of my favorites. So what I've got is an ab wheel here. If you don't have an ab wheel, then you can use TRX, or you can use blast straps and do fallouts, or you can use a stability ball and do stability ball rollouts. I love the ab wheel. It's one of my favorite tools. I know it's single purpose, but it gives you a great stretch or a great pull in your abdomen. So I'm going to set myself up on my ab wheel. My abs are braced. I'm going to tilt in slightly, squeeze my glutes as tight as I can. I'm going to fall forward with the wheel, try to get as close to the ground as I can, and then bring it right back. So bracing my abs and squeezing my glutes. Now, one of the most important things when you're doing the ab wheel is to make sure that your shoulders stay packed. So as you extend forward, you don't want your shoulders to come up and back. You kind of want to keep your arms down and back. That means you're using your lats and your triceps a lot. So with the ab wheel, you're going to do 15 repetitions. After that, something that I learned from Coach Mike Boyle, a reverse ab curl. So I've got a medicine ball here, but ideally you just want any type of ball, like a basketball, something really light to tuck in between your heels and your butt. And what that does is that turns off your hip flexors and forces your abdominals to work, your abdominals and your obliques to work when you curl your knees up to your elbows. So I've got a 24K kettlebell here. Ideally you want a relatively lightweight. I would say start off with a 24K kettlebell or go a little bit lighter. Your abs, as they get stronger, you require less and less leverage or weight. So the lighter you go, the stronger your abs are getting. So for example, I've got my 24K here. I've got the medicine ball. I'm going to tuck it in between my heels and my butt. Grab the kettlebell with both arms. My elbows are my target. I want to curl my knees up and touch my knees to my elbows. And then come down nice and slow to the bottom. Now, one thing you want to make sure of when you're doing this reverse ab curl exercise is that your back stays flat into the ground. You want to limit the amount of lordosis or arch you get in the back, because what that'll do is that'll create a spring effect. And as I'm arching my back, I can already feel it in my hip flexors. So I want to make sure that I've got a flat back, and I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to set my abs and brace them as tight as I can. And then from there, I'm going to drive up for my hips, bring my knees up to my elbows, and then come down under control. Flat, kill the momentum so that there's no spring, and then bring them back up. And you're going to do 15 of those. Now immediately after that, you're going to do a torsion exercise, an opposite hip touch exercise, where you're bracing your abs as tight as you can, not allowing any movement in the hips, and you're going to do these for 30. So I'm going to touch my opposite hip, right to left, left to right. So I'm going to do 15 on each side for a total of 30. Immediately after that, you're going to do 30 two-arm kettlebell swings. So I've got my 24K here, back flat, abs tight, hike past the bell through. And you're going to do 30 kettlebell swings. So as you notice, everything's in multiples of 15. I've got 15 ab wheel rollouts. Like I said, you can either use the blast straps, you can use the TRX and do some fallouts, or you can use a stability ball and do stability ball rollouts. 15 of those. After that, you're going to use a ball and a kettlebell weight over your head, holding onto that weight for leverage, and do reverse ab curls. You can do 15 of those. After that, you're going to do the 15 opposite hip touches, making sure that you're squeezing your glutes and that you don't get any rotation in your torso. And then to finish, 30 kettlebell swings. And that'll be Finisher Friday for this week. I'm Chris Lopez from KettlebellWorkouts.com. See you next week with another Finisher Friday video.